Ladies and gentlemen, today, October 20th, is the day that Nintendo finally released the first trailer, the first actual information on their new console, the Switch, which we previously knew under the codename NX. This trailer doesn't say anything, but it shows us a whole bunch of things, so we're gonna go through it bit by bit, break it down a little bit, see what we can figure out, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. So the trailer starts out with a dude playing Zelda. Just a dude sitting there playing some Zelda. And take note of this controller because in a second, we're gonna see something that confused me at first, but makes more sense when you look at this shot of the controller right here. So his dog's like, hey, fuck you, man. I wanna go outside. Pay attention to me. So here we have the console itself with the handheld screen inserted into it. And now this part right here confused me a little bit because I saw this guy disassembling this gamepad thing and it looked like there was like a controller underneath it and I was like, what the hell is this? But that's actually what he was just playing on. So this is an interesting little mechanism. I'm not sure what function the middle part serves because it kind of seems like its own separate thing, so maybe it's some kind of touchpad. But basically he slides these things off and he puts them on the screen and the Switch becomes a handheld. That way you can take that shit outside and just, you know, ignore your dog while he runs around doing dog things. Who cares? You got Zelda. Now this next shot of an airplane had me excited immediately because this proves that the Switch is a pure handheld. It's not like the Wii U, like you couldn't take the gamepad more than 20 feet away from the thing without, you know, it losing connection or whatever. But this proves that the Switch is a pure handheld. And also, look at that, it is cartridge based, just like the 3DS. And look, you can use it to talk to hot girls. So this next shot shows us some pretty cool shit. Those detachable handles that detached off of the very first controller in the trailer can be detached from the screen and used independently, one in each hand, so you can have the screen at a distance. Oh, and excuse me, is that fucking Skyrim? Yeah, this thing's going to be at least somewhat powerful. So this next shot shows us that there's actually going to be like a dedicated controller for the Nintendo Switch, which I really like. It's in that classic like boomerang style with like the good grips and the two joysticks. I mean, this thing's clearly got all kinds of crazy compatibility and configurations with all the ways you can use controllers and the screens and all that stuff. But there's more, so just watch. So this shot shows some people playing Mario Kart, so clearly there's going to be a Mario Kart game on this thing, which isn't really a big surprise. And I don't know if this selfie stick is a thing that's going to be sold separately that is actually custom tailored for the Switch. I guess it is because it fits perfectly in there, but you can detach it and slide the screen into there and pull off those little controllers and play a game two-player on this little screen like, you know, in the car. Haha, fuck real basketball, let's play video game basketball. Now this shot's interesting because all four of these guys are playing together in the same basketball game with two NXs, each using two controllers. So it looks like you can set up multiple Nintendo Switches near each other in order to create like a local gameplay thing. But we'll see more of that later. Then we have this chick who's just clearly very fucking enamored. Like, I think she may have done some shrooms before playing this, which, I mean, that's, for Mario, that's probably the drug of choice, right? Don't do drugs. And then her friends are like, hey, you fucking nerd, come downstairs. We're having a party on a roof because we're so hip. And she's like, I don't really fucking like them, so I'm gonna take this down there and I'm just gonna play Mario while I trip balls. But once again, what we're seeing is that this thing is completely portable. You can detach both controllers off of the sides of it to have multiple people play wirelessly away from your TV, wherever the hell you want, which is pretty awesome. So these next couple of shots were really interesting to me because it kind of brings it all together and shows you that you can use whatever controller you want. This guy's got the gamepad. You can use multiple NX systems all together. I don't know how many you have to have. I don't know if you just have to have one for each set of controllers. I don't know how it works, but it looks like there's just all kinds of compatibility configurations that you can do for playing multiplayer games locally, which is just really cool because you don't have to have a bunch of nerds come over to your house. You could just go to the gym like and plan your basket scoring. So this thing is coming out in March 2017, which is really soon, and they didn't announce a price. So that was something that people expected them to announce. The rumor is that it's going to be $300, and if it is, I think that's a super competitive price point. I'm willing to pay that day one for this thing. This thing looks awesome, and apparently it's going to have a ton of third-party support, which, let's be real, that is the most important thing here, because that is why the Wii U failed so hard, because the Wii wasn't really a gaming console, it was more of a toy, so they didn't get any third-party, they just got like, oh, dance, whatever game, and then the Wii U came out and they're like, hey, people that have Wiis, buy this, and they're like, Wii U, what's that? What's the difference? I don't get it, and they didn't make a Metroid game for the Wii U, and I was really sad about that, and They didn't make a Zelda for the Wii U, because really, the new Zelda is going to be for the Switch. I don't know how many times I called it the NX in this trailer, because I'm pretty sure I accidentally called it the NX multiple times. But whatever, it's the Switch, and it looks great, and I'm probably going to get it unless it's like $500. So I honestly kind of hope this replaces Nintendo's handhelds. I've loved all of Nintendo's, seriously all of them. Since day one, Nintendo has been the king of handheld. Yeah, that's right, Game Gear, I said it. But it honestly seems like there's going to be no need for a separate handheld system, especially because this thing is cartridge-based, just like all the handhelds. So that way we could just spend like a lot less money and just buy this one thing. Although, I don't know, it seems like Nintendo will want to make the money, but at the same time, they have so much money in the bank that they can just do whatever they want with no risk of failure, and they have no incentive to do anything good, so maybe the Switch won't even be good. So I don't even know. I just want Metroid. And if the Switch replaces Nintendo handhelds, that means all Pokemon games will be coming out on the Switch, which means that technically all the Pokemon games will be console games, which technically sounds awesome. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I just want to give you guys this quick breakdown because I'm pretty excited about this thing, to be honest. Let me know your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch down in the comments section, and I will see you soon. Of course, I'd like to thank all of my supporters on Patreon, especially the Icarus Gambit, Maro Ochi, Angel Freisinger, Randall Schultz, Poodlekin 500, Noah Kep, the NM22, Mika Bunny, Air Experience, Kyoya, Raimachu, Cameron Carlton, Jake Hester, Stooge, and Alpha Busa.